Hi, everybody. Matt here from Matt Likes Comics. Welcome to all who have shown up tonight. We're going to have a bit of a year-end talk and review with our good friends Rich, Biggnasty Comics, and Mike, Chonko Comics and Nerd Culture. Hi, guys. How are you?
Good. How are you,
Matt? How are things going with the live show? How's is it picking up?
Going great, man. Mike's kicking it out of the park, buddy. He's been really snagging us some great guests, and we've got some great guests coming up.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. I mean, if anybody didn't see last week, you should watch last week. So the great Andrew Tarasov, what a friendly, super nice guy, and what a great artist.
Yep.
You guys, it's my fault, not yours. I had forgotten that it was 2 hours early. So I had you guys on one thing and watching the football game on another. So I felt a little distracted on both sides. But I got to admit, that was one hell of an interview. You guys, Chonko, you have an interview style that I wish I could steal because I would feel more confident if I could ask questions like you.
I appreciate that. I mean, I think there are better people, but it's something I've tried to work on. It's like with all this, right? When you start, you're kind of clumsy at it, and you get a little better. And I think recently, like with the live show, I think we've been really hitting our stride, and we've really gotten a lot better.
Yeah, no, you guys, it's definitely a huge improvement from day one. That's for sure. And I'm not criticizing you at all. Yeah. And as per your video that I watched recently there, Mike, where you're talking about you get better as you go, you start and you're crap. I cringe now when I look at my first video. I remember the night my first video went up and getting 2 phone calls within an hour. And one of them was Steven and one of them was Alan. And both of them were like, "Are you ready for some constructive criticism?"
That's crazy. That's really funny.
So that was the beginning. But the thing is, I did incorporate a lot of the stuff that the two of them did say, and it's always nice to have somebody out there to have your back, which is one of the reasons why I try to get so many new channels on my channel, is because I want to put it forward for all the people that helped me. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to be able to call up Alan and other than a fact here or there and say, you need to do this, because he's going to tell me, "Oh, I'm sorry, I've got a lot more experience of this than you, and I'm a marketing guy." So I mean, like, that's not my style. I would rather say, "Hey, new person, here's some advice that I was given. Take it." Because I tell you right now, there's one that's I don't know if I'm at liberty to say. I know he said it before somewhere, but I know of a new channel coming that I think is going to have a lot of people out there very excited, and I can't wait to see it myself. I'm hoping that I'll be a guest on that channel, and I'm sure you guys will be at some point.
I did talk to somebody recently and offered some advice.
You're probably thinking the same person I am.
Probably.
No, we're not talking about Lyle at all. Let's take a moment before we get into the serious conversations and say hi to those that have shown up tonight so far. All right. Number one is, as always, Mr. Andreas. Hey, K. Munin, good to see you.
Hey, K. Munin, buddy.
We've got friend of the channel, Jeff Jack.
Jeff Jack.
We've got Chonko.
Hey, Chonko.
We've got Louie at Second Floor Comics. Hi, Louie.
No, Louie.
We've got the ultimate friend of the channel, Robbie Joseph.
The great Robbie.
We've got Mark here. Mark did a video today. If you have not seen Mark Mueller's video today for Archie Comics, you really need to go see it. It is absolutely amazing. He got a sketch. I'm not going to give everything away, but he got a commission done that I really think that everybody there should see. Let's see who else we got here. I know I've seen other names. Let's see here. We've got Brittany. Hi, Brittany from Comic Showcase.
Go CSS.
We've got Core.
Go Core.
How are you?
Core.
Rob Saint is here. It's good to see you, Rob.
Yo, Rob.
And I'm Mike's here. Hi, Mike Pope.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Celia at Gotham and Glam. Good to see you here.
Celia.
I hope you're setting up for a great Happy New Year. You
G&G.
and Luke and the cats. And let's see. We've got Jason. Archivist Adrift, who sent Chonko a package, I believe, lately.
I did. I'll show it here. Everybody I think will enjoy that.
All right, and that's everybody that's here at the moment. So I'll pop people's names on as they show up that are brand new. So first things first, 2025 has been a very eventful year in comic books. Yes. We've had some people pass away, like the amazing and great Jim Shooter and Peter David.
Yep.
And that is pretty sad, especially the Jim Shooter one, only because he was so big in comics. Right. He is literally probably one of the biggest names. Like, I've got so much stuff that Jim Shooter has done because I've got a lot of his Legion stuff. And of course, there's all that Marvel he did when he was editor-in-chief.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, Chonko, what was your favorite Jim Shooter comic, or that he either worked on or edited? I mean,
I have one that's my favorite that I own. I own a Shogun Warriors #1 signed by Jim Shooter.
That is very cool.
Yeah. I think when I think of Jim Shooter, personally, I think of his influence as editor-in-chief. Like, that was where I think he had a tremendous amount of influence on what was going on at Marvel and a lot of the Marvel way and bringing aboard a lot of the really great comic creators that we all love.
There's the signature right there. This is my.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Very nice.
I bought this off of him directly at Ottawa Comic Con. I got to talk to him. Actually, he was going to let me interview him. Like, this was when I was doing a blog, but he disappeared before I got a chance to, so didn't get to see him. And how about you? Never met him?
No, never met him. But
he's. You know what? If there's one guy who will sit there and talk your ear off for hours, it's Jim Shooter. I probably stood there for a good 90 minutes just listening to him talk to me and talk to other people. He's got amazing stories. I should say he had amazing stories, similar to Neil Adams at the time. Yeah. Biggnasty, what's your favorite thing by Jim Shooter?
I honestly, I don't know if I have anything he done, but I still I'm still a fan of his work and his body of work because of, who else do you know that started out as a kid? I mean,
that's
he was
right.
a kid when he got started, man. And
I know I have his entire Legion run. Everything he's written for the Legion of Superheroes, I have it.
That right there is just like movie worthy by itself.
Especially when you realize why he did it. He started writing stories because his family was having a hard time financially.
That's right.
Yeah,
exactly right.
Yep, he wanted to chip in. Yeah, he was supposed to be at Heroes Con, but that's when he started getting sick.
Yeah.
But of course, at Heroes Con, when everybody heard that he canceled because he was sick, we didn't think nothing of it other than just maybe he got a cold or something like that. And then when you got the word that he passed, it was pretty devastating. But
hi, David,
because I was planning on getting in line and getting something signed by him just because of who he is and the history that he has in the comics industry. You can't deny his place in history for sure.
Yeah, and the thing is, he was the youngest for a lot of things. He wasn't just the youngest person to get a comic book done. And to be honest, because Stan Lee and Jack Kirby were both less than 18 when they first got their first comics works done. But, they were not 13 like Jim Shooter was.
Right.
Also, Jim Shooter became and still is the youngest person to ever be editor-in-chief at Marvel. And he was also one of the youngest people to be given awards like the Eisners and stuff, for lifetime achievement. This, it's amazing how big he was.
Well, he was in the industry for 50 something years. That
at least. think of it this way. His first book was published in 1966. It was a go-go checkbook.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why I know it was that era. 66, 67. He's 13 then. That puts him at what, 1953 birth year approximately?
Yeah.
Either 53, 52, 54, somewhere like in that area.
Yeah, maybe Stan Lee. Maybe only Stan Lee maybe was longer.
Maybe longer. Yes.
Well, that might be the only
Because you think about it, he stayed in comics until last year.
Yeah.
Apparently he did take most of the year off this year from doing any work because he was not feeling well. So you think about that. 2024 from 1966, that's just short of 60 years.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And how many
That's
people
amazing,
he
yeah.
influenced over that time, how many, young up and coming writers and artists that he brought into the industry and, or gave advice. I heard sometimes he could be a difficult person. I heard to some of those creators and stuff, but he certainly influenced the Marvel way. Yeah.
But I'm going to leave Det's comment, Car's comment up for a second because I want to counteract this. The amount of talent out there is higher than ever before. Yes. But comics on a percentage basis are paying probably the worst rates they've ever paid since the 1940s. And the best artists may, unless they're like selling their own books or like your friend in the Ukraine there, Shabina, selling for a premium for when she does get things out. I can't see a lot of these artists sticking around for 20, 30, 40 years like they used to. Maybe. I honestly think unless they get like Jim Lee and get to become an executive at the same time. So,
I think just a counterpoint to that. I mean, I think what you're saying is fair, the payment from the big companies, but I think one of the things you're seeing is more of this kind of punk rock ethos of doing it yourself. And that
is true.
The indie scene is a lot bigger now too. Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of places, a lot of people are kind of, being able to do a lot of this stuff themselves or they're really able to get a big foothold at Image. And I think that the way Image has handled these artists and stuff is a real positive for the industry and I'm hopeful going forward. I don't want to be a fatalist. I don't want to be like,
I'm trying not to be a fatalist. I think more artists is better. Mm-hmm. The more, the better. My issue is you talk about Image Comics right there. The fact is that the number of positions at a place like Image is still going to be pretty limited by the number of books they got. And then you double that by like say there's one cover artist doing 14 covers in a month. I'm not saying they're doing it. I'm just saying it's possible, but so that's 13 other people, for example, that may have gotten a $500 job out of it. And then we may never get to see it is tough. And I love seeing like that guy there, Eric July, who made $1 million on his first one this past year on his first Kickstarter. You're going to see more like that, and that's good. I mean, anything that can benefit comics, is great. It's one of the reasons I haven't had as much time, but I used to watch K-pop a lot because there was always a new artist on there, always someone to discover. And I feel the same way about
still. I really do, and I mean, and I don't know, maybe you have a plan of this, but like some of the stuff that like I hate a lot of what I'm reading, for especially from Marvel. I've hated it recently, and I think a lot of it is garbage. I think DC's a little bit better, but like the stuff I'm watching, I'm seeing coming out of
better writers. Like James Tynion is writing a little more now. He's still concentrating a lot on the Something is Killing the Children right now, but they bring him back. DC brings him back to do Batman stories every so often.
The indie comics are eating their lunch. The indie comics are so much elevated right now, and I think that's a good thing. I like, and I hope that by that happening and by you seeing these kind of independent comics, independent artists, independent writers, that this elevates what's happening. I think it's happening at DC. I hope it happens at Marvel too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, DC is doing a good job, as I said, keeping people. But part of the problem is DC's up for sale right now, and I don't know what's going to happen after the sale, especially if Paramount buys them, if there even is going to be a comic book division. Because, face it, you can get the same thing out of the property if you only make movies and cartoons. You don't have to make comic books, and that makes me a little nervous.
But I think that it serves them well to keep it even or to sell it off like as part of the property. I mean, it becomes part of the overall purchase, and selling it off, that maybe makes sense to them. I don't know. I mean, because that happened with Marvel back in the 90s, and they kind of piecemealed it, and it still continued on.
Yeah, no, I get it. They did survive their bankruptcy, and they were better for it until Disney took it over. And Disney, it's more Disney's corporate culture that I find is killing Marvel than anything else.
I agree with that.
Now, here is the question about Second Floor Comics says, did anything happen in the comic universe in 2025 that made you react with, oh, dear Lord, what is going on here? The answer is yes, and I'm going to bring that up right now. We are used to, it's been ever since 1986 and the Man of Steel #1, variant covers have been around. Now, we used to not get a lot, and then maybe about 2010, we'd get maybe one per comic. But now, variant comic covers are getting to the point where there can be 8, 9 on a regular comic right up to this. And I'm going to say it's ridiculous because it's a ridiculous amount of different covers. The ridiculous amount of covers for the Mark Spears #8 blind bag. Now, they had a blind bag for that Monsters one, I believe, which only had like 20 or something like that. Not Monsters, the other one. There was one that you were buying.
There's still quite a few of them. I don't remember the total number, but it was a lot.
Monsters and the Wolf, yeah.
So my point is, what do you guys think about this? As a completionist, I go crazy. I had to actively say to myself, I'm only buying cover A's. I got 2 blind bags. One because my comic book store put it in as my regular pickup for the Monsters 8, because I do subscribe to that book, and the other because fan Mr. Tan, Hurricane, bought me one as a Christmas present and left it at the comic store for me. Mm-hmm. So I got 2, and I got lucky on the pulls. I got 2 foils. But the point is, to me, it's still the same book in terms of the internals, and that's the way I look at it. I realize there's a lot of people out there that buy variant covers, but the question is, how many people are making themselves broke trying to buy them all? Like,
I mean, I think
it's personal responsibility. It's personal responsibility. I mean, it takes upon yourself to know when your limit or know your limit, and if they're like me, I'm an A cover guy too on most things, unless there's someone else that's doing a cover that I like or something. But the Mark Spears ones, that I just mark that up as fun. I generally will agree with you on the variant covers as a whole, not just Mark Spears, but as a whole. They to me, it's when people crack on the 90s gimmicks. To me, it's right up there with the 90s gimmicks, man. It's like it's just another 90s gimmicks of having all these different covers. And yeah. I mean, I didn't get that fart comic. I haven't even seen
comic. If you haven't seen Celia's video when she opens the smell, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
that to me is, by the way, is a YouTube highlight of 2025 is watching her open that fart comic because it was the face.
None of the shops that I go to even bothered ordering one of those fart
my shop only ordered if people asked for it.
Asked for it, yeah. Well, I think they probably would have too if someone would ask. But yeah,
my store is good that if you want it and I can find it, I'll order it. So
yeah. I mean, I'm all. I mean that was something that didn't appeal to me at all. But I'm all for fun, and
exactly.
When it comes to blind bags, I guess I treat blind bags distinct from alternate covers, different variants. Blind bags to me, like everybody, I hear everybody say that they don't like blind bags, but you know what? Go look at anybody's video when they're opening blind bags, and it's always their most popular because they're fun. People like.
Yes, well, no, I mean, like I won't disagree.
That's what I was saying. They're fun.
The concept of the concept of the blind bag is awesome. It's great. It's like I'm opening a present.
And everybody's buying them, so it's like
everybody is buying them. My problem is the popularity of this particular one may lead to this becoming a more common thing in 2026, and I'm actually afraid it's going to bankrupt comic collectors.
I think that then you need to be a little more introspective on what you're doing, because like if you're anytime you're outstripping, and that goes for like if you're a gambler, or if you're whatever, you're a drinker, or any of these things, if you see it starting to affect your personal life, that's something that you need to consider. But to me, I think this is fun, and I don't think all of them are fun. I think a lot of them are kind of stupid, but everybody likes them. I mean, even if you say you don't like them, tell me you're not watching the video, because
I'm definitely watching. I watch all unboxing videos I can. I like seeing comics. I like seeing comics whose covers I've never seen. Don't get me wrong on all this part. I'm just playing the devil's advocate in the sense that this was a cool thing, but you've had 2 in 2 months from Mark Spears alone. So the question is, are other companies are going to do this? And the next thing you know, nobody's, people are going broke.
Well, my main concern is more is chasing away customers and turning people off.
That's what I'm afraid of too.
And
if that happens, it'll end.
But not even just blind bags, just variant covers as a whole. To me,
I know Star Wars.
There has to be a level to it all, not just the Mark Spears stuff. Because Mark Spears stuff is fun to me, but just variants as a whole, you're going to. Just like in the 90s. I mean, look what happened in the 90s with all the gimmick stuff. It just turned people off and it chased people away.
If it's a bubble like that, and then it'll burst, and something else will come along.
Yeah,
but
because
variants I think are different. I think variants are different than blind bags, and this is my reason for it. I think like I discover new artists. Like I just got these like the Spawn Christmas cover by this guy, and this one from these are brand new artists to me that I never would have known, and they might not have ever had a job. So it's like, to me, where I like art, especially cover art, like when this exposes, it allows new artists to work, first of all, and second, it exposes me to artists that I might not have known if there was only a cover A out there, where it's just like the same artist that's working on that specific title for years and years and years, and you don't ever get these kind of newer artists with like a different type of work that they're doing, and I love that stuff. So I mean, I understand the point that it is saturated and there are too many and stuff, but at the same time, I like to be exposed to newer artists, and I think the only way you get that is through these variant covers.
Yes, and no, listen, I know I'm sounding like an old crank here, but I'm really not. I mean, like 1 or 2 variants per issue is manageable. If you are a completionist and say like myself, I would love to get every Supergirl variant cover out there. If I buy, say, the 3 variants each month, that's the money for 3 other books I don't have, which is why I decided a long time ago, I'm only going with cover A's. I will buy variants when I see them, like in a dollar bin or in a cheap, which is actually
reasonable. I think that's reasonable.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody should have that opportunity or choice, and also the choice to totally reject it. Like if you don't like it, hey, this is not for me. I guess the thing I keep coming back to is I think there's room in this hobby for everyone. And
yes, that is
I think that if you, whatever your preference is, whatever you like is okay with me. Like it might not be what I like. I mean, even if you love like the Silver Age comics that I don't like, I like that you like it. Even if I don't like it, I like that you like it.
I mean, listen, watching your channel in particular, Mike, I've learned a lot. I've become a Mark Spears fan because of your channel. There are other artists that I see that I think, if I see something by them, I'll buy it. I'm not going to go out of my way because I'm more of a writer than a artist guy. Always have been. I like the story overall. As I've said on many occasions, if good writing can save bad art, great art can't save bad writing.
I think that's fair. Yeah, I agree with that. Although I probably won't give the writer a chance if I don't like the art. Like I probably won't buy it if I don't like the art.
And that again is fair. my reasoning is, like, for example, James Tynion 4 did a book for Batman not too long back where the artist was absolutely horrible, but the story was so good. It's probably was one of my favorite stories at the time. You know, like as I said, and it saved the art to me. I mean, like, we all like our style. We all have the styles we like. Some people, you know, like I admit, because I like Kurt Swan and Jim Aparo and the older guys like that, some of the recent artists harder for me to appreciate. But at the same time, you know, I still am trying to be open-minded about the new artists that come out. And as I said, Chonko has certainly shown me. Rich, you've shown me a lot of new books that, you know, I've FOMO'd off of you and off of Nate and off of some other people. You know,
it's fun. It's fun about.
I would call 2025 my FOMO year. Okay, I bought a lot of
me too.
You know. All right, we've done enough gabbing here. Let's get to some books. We're gonna put Rich up first. If Rich wants to show some books,
some of my bigger picks for 2025. Let's start with a big bang here. You know, my Conan, number one.
That one really sets off my jealousies. I want that because I want the run, and that's going to be the hard one to get. But you know what? It's probably number 11 on my list for this year. But I've got 10 more. I want more than that right now. But yes,
and then getting Roy to sign it was a big thing this year. Heroes Con, so. And then having it regraded and stuff, but
very cool.
Yeah, this was
Johnny worked on that for you, didn't he?
Yeah, he cleaned it up for me and sent it back to me and had it all nice in an envelope with a cutout area and stuff for Roy to sign it. And me being like a nervous little 5-year-old little girl or something, man, when I went up to Roy, I forgot to turn on my camera, so I didn't get it recorded.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I would have liked to meet Roy Thomas too. I mean, he is not only is a Conan writer, but he did a lot of stuff with the Justice Society that I really liked as well.
So you know, that right there, that angered me quite a bit for a while at the show, because I was like, I couldn't believe I forgot to turn on my GoPro. And then this was another big one I got.
Very nice. You got that one off of Alan's buddy.
Yeah.
Yaniv. Oh my God. I'm so
Great
bad with
collection.
names sometimes. Yaniv, yes.
Yeah, quite a few of these ones I'm showing tonight came from Yaniv. So, but except for there's a few that came from our new buddy. What's our four? Josh. Yeah, Josh.
Yeah. Another good dude.
But here is Horrific number 4.
Very nice. The Shrunken Head. It's just
the Shrunken Head. Yeah, these are all my top ones that, like I said, I got this year. Here's another Horrific number 12. My plan for 2026 is to pick up a few more Horrifics, and as always, continue on some other collections and stuff. So, but it's just for money.
I see you have your comic rack in circulation now.
Yeah. My base for it that I ordered off of Amazon. It's just like an umbrella base, but it's like 17 inches wide, and it's like a cast pewter type thing, but it's nice weight, nice size. And then I bought a dowel rod, as you can see in the center here.
It looks great.
It looks amazing. You know, that's probably your best pickup in 2025.
And that I completely 100%. That's got to go to my buddy Mike here. You know, he hit me up from when he was in Europe and said, "Hey, I seen this on Instagram. Do you live near there?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not too far from there."
Very cool.
So, and got me in touch with the guy, sent me the link, and yeah. So without Mike, I wouldn't have it. So thank you, Mike.
Of course, I'm glad you got it.
And then my Frankenstein number 18.
Badass.
I absolutely love. This was probably my Number one pick, I would say, for the year, not even value wise, just overall what I wanted, and because I just absolutely love this cover. And yeah, it's a beaut. It's a beaut, Clark. It's a beaut. Then speaking of Frankensteins, is talking about Josh. I got these British editions, Frankensteins. So they're even harder to get a hold of. So it's pretty cool. It has it right there. It says British edition. It's like it's got the 1 cent pence, however you would say that, for Britain. And then number
Metal Elf.
Number 2. Same thing, British edition.
Nice.
Yeah, those are great scores, man.
And number 3.
Number 3, very cool.
Nice.
And then number 4.
Cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And then number 5. This is another good one here.
I like that.
That is absolutely horrible. Like, I would be so scared of my pants if I saw that live.
Yeah, that's great.
This is probably my second favorite one and out of them, man. I love this cover. It's so freaking awesome. But get a little bit briefer. But then I can't.
Hi, Steven. Good to see you.
Hey, gents. I have to, as far as stuff that I've acquired this year and things, if he was in the chat, I haven't seen him in the chat, but maybe he'll watch it on the rewind. I have to show off my, probably my favorite art piece that I received, and it's this one.
So cool.
Our buddy Adam, Up and Adam Comics.
Adam, that's another, by the way, that would be listed as another highlight in 2025. Adam giving everybody in the community one of these pieces.
That's amazing. One of my highlights, receiving this, because he had handed out, I think I was maybe the 4th one he sent out, 4th one or 5th one, something like that.
Yes.
I wasn't long after you, but yes, you got yours before me. So yeah, it was.
But when and it's not a plug to go watch the video, but go back to my channel, watch my video of me opening this. I'm cackling like a little schoolgirl, man. I'm telling you, and it's an honest reaction. I was laughing out of pure joy, man, just pure joy. So.
Adam's one of the best, man. What a good dude.
Adam does usually watch the rewinds on this if he's not there. He usually comments on them. So
such a good dude, man. Mm-hmm. But and then something else, good buddy Chonko gave me. Love that.
Nice.
Number 5, 8.5. That thing, it's a beauty of a book too, man. I really think
good job, Chonko.
I think it would get a higher grade. This thing, I'm telling you, it's immaculate when you look at it. So,
my biggest thing is like how it's amazing how you guys all find this sort of stuff. Maybe because I came late to the online game. I don't know where to find things as much as everybody else seems to do. I try to avoid Heritage because I don't want to pay the fees and then throw in the American dollar exchange.
Yeah, I try to stay off Heritage as much as I possibly can because it's just money wise. But sometimes I get on there and they have some good stuff. Like I think Mike says, sometimes you catch them with their pants down, or the buyers, aren't bidding on it like they should. And it's just like you can't pass it up. You got to jump on it when it come across stuff like that. So
I get good deals on Comic Link personally. I find
Comic Link, Comic Link.
Yeah, see, I have never been to Comic Link. I guess I'm going to have to start looking at that place.
Yeah.
But I'll pass it over to Mike. That's probably my top however many books I showed there.
I'll go through just
that was pretty awesome, Rich. Good book.
Do a few quick things, but One thing I don't think we have a lot of time, so I'm going to open this on my
got
channel.
about 15 minutes or something.
Well, I'm not going to open this, but
Hey, Brian.
No, save that for your channel.
I'm going to, but this was sent to me by Jason, Harkness the Drift. And if you've ever watched my channel, you know how funny this is.
We're in for a treat.
Yeah. I love that, dude. It's funny.
I was laughing as soon as I saw it. So very, very cool. Just got to reach an AOK from Stevie D, which he sent me one of my favorite things he did. He sent me the alfalfa.
Yes.
that he worked on. Which is one of my favorite CVDs he worked on all year. Also got an AOK from my good friend Rich, where he sent me some Cerebuses, which these are all early Cerebus. I sold all of my early Cerebus when I joined the military, so I only had these in reprints and in the phone book. So like all kinds of cool. This is first Elrod the Albino,
very cool.
Second Elrod. This might be the second Red Sophia. And yeah, just really cool early.
I only have read the Cerebus around the time he's like the Pope. I can't get over these things that they've
that's
in there.
That's my favorite story arc is Church and State 1 and 2. I'm not going to go too far into Cerebus, but go to Rich's channel, the Geeking Out with what it is Geeking Out with me. I do a whole episode on Cerebus if you're interested in Cerebus.
Yeah. I did watch that, so.
Just pick this up. I just wanted to pump this because I think it's really, really great. If you haven't read this yet, you should read it.
Yeah, I looked for that at my comic shop the other day, as in my locals, not.
Yeah,
but,
it's good. Everybody, I highly recommend it.
You know what? Yeah, I think he's going to order me a copy. So
yeah, I like it. I like where it's going. It's been, by the way, it's being made, from what I understand, into a movie. Russo brothers directing with Colin Farrell playing the priest. That's what I've heard. Some big pickups. I got a Batsy 227 this year.
See, now that is a great one. Nice. If we had Steven on here, I'd twinsy you with his other one just because they'd look so cool next to each other.
Yeah,
but
it's awesome, it's a cool one. If you didn't see, for those of you who are not subscribed to my channel, you haven't seen this. Those of you have, I made a big trade. The biggest trade I've ever made with Yaniv for several things, but one of the things I got was this amazing Wonder Comics in a 5.5. Yeah, Wonder Comics 15. The great Alex Schomburg, in his airbrush era, which is my favorite era for Schomburg personally. And I every time I saw Alan or Steven show this, I always thought it was fantastic. And
that's a great book. I wish there are days that I wish I had just a little more money.
Yeah,
that's most days.
I wish that every day.
I think all of us feel that way. I mean, no matter who you are, that's how you feel. But then I'm going to just show some Cortez books. For me, the biggest thing that happened for my collecting is the discovery of not only Brazilian horror, but the artist Jaime Cortez, Portuguese artist, moved to Brazil in the mid 50s and started doing these horror covers there. A couple of these are sci-fi covers. So these first couple are sci-fi covers. These are all super, super rare, ghost level. Like there's 1 or 2 known copies. And like, so this one is Cantos de Terror number 28. This really cool sci-fi cover.
My understanding is that it was hard to do comics in Portugal back then because they were still under the Salazar fascist regime.
That's right. His family fled. They fled to Brazil during that time. And he was already an artist, but he started getting work. He was a painter and became really known for these things. But this one is this is a 3.5 restored. But again, when you find these, even if you find them restored, like there are not many of these left because most of them like are gone. Like they just rotted and rusted and they're gone.
Brazil does not have a climate conducive for paper. So
additionally, that's true. Additionally, they didn't have a collector culture, so people were not preserving these. They were just thrown away like newspapers. And when the people did start collecting comics, they wanted to collect American comics. They weren't collecting these. Yeah. So a lot of these have gone. So that's a sci-fi cover. This is my second sci-fi cover. He didn't do a lot of these. I just got this one recently. bubble helmets and the crazy robot.
That's
By
awesome.
the great Jaime Cortez. Yeah. And then a few that I got from Yaniv. This one is Otero Negro number 30. This came from a bound edition, so it's trimmed, and it was originally in a bound edition. But this is a one of one. It's the only known copy in existence that we know of. So very, very cool.
Show my favorite. Yeah, show my favorite.
I will. Another one is that I got from Unique. Otero Negro number 83. It's a Pit and the Pendulum cover. Again, only known copy, only one on the census. None have been ever sold at auction.
Great. See, I like that cover. I'm not sure if that's a horn. Those are not horns in the back, right? That's an axe.
No, it's like the pendulum. This is a Pit and the Pendulum. So like the wrath.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, this is amazing, and all of these in back of me are all Jaime Cortez as well. I just didn't pull them down for this. Rich's favorite is so there was like a time where Cortez was doing like kind of like the kind of classic monsters, universal monsters, and like if you see there's one right here that's Dracula, and it's kind of this pastel-y one, and this one is Frankenstein that he did.
And I absolutely love that.
So there are 3 known copies. There are 2 that are exactly like this. I just had this graded. Both are this is number 38. Both are 3.0 restored copies that are slabbed, and then there's one in a bound edition that just sold in November on Heritage. But yeah, three known copies of this one.
I love that.
And the last thing, this is not a Jaime Cortez, but it is a Brazilian horror comic. One of Cortez's proteges is a guy named Jose Ravelli. He goes by the moniker Zizo. And if you look kind of behind the Batman here, there's an Otero Negro with a mummy. That's a Zizo cover too. But this one I got from Yaniv, and I sent it in to be graded. And this is from 1959, Mundo de Sombras number 13, and it came back a 9.0, which is bananas. Like for these kind of comics in that climate, in that culture, this didn't happen.
It's amazing that there's anything higher than a 5, just based on everything you've said.
There are very few. Like if you look at the stuff that sells, like the stuff just recently, there was a Heritage auction in November. And nothing was a 9.0. Not one single Brazilian horror comic hit 9.0. So this is so cool. He's like holding the severed leg, and he's missing. He's got a peg leg, and there's like all the bodies and stuff. But yeah. These are kind of like my new passion is like the Brazilian horror, specifically Jaime Cortez. I'm going to do an episode on Jaime Cortez, and I'm this coming Saturday I'm going to be on Rob Fatstack's for Only Slabs. And I'm going to show all like Brazilian horror. That's all, all the rare stuff that I have. But yeah,
cool.
Thank you, Robbie.
Awesome. Okay. As Nate is throwing a show on at 8:00 Eastern, which of course is right after ours, we're just going to say I've got a few things to say, and then we'll sort of wrap it up. I want to say in particular, thank you to everybody who has watched, commented, subscribed, and everything else YouTube related to this channel. I would not be here without you. I would still be doing this if I had an audience of 1. But the fact is that I am very grateful for the fact that I've got an audience out there. Thank you very much for everybody. As I said, my members, my subscribers, people who watch, people who have sent AOKs over the year. I've really appreciated it. My goal in 2026 is to start getting off my butt and start getting AOKs out to people. I want to get some t-shirts done to send out to people. I'm hoping that in 2026, I'll be able to expand and enough that we can have more and more. Hi, Derek.
Hey, Derek.
I want to be able to do, like situations like this more where I can get 2 guests on a Tuesday and we have some discussions as well as showing people their comics and introducing new people. For example, I want to point out that last week when I had Comic Showcase on there, Brittany came on. I said if she got the 150 subscribers, I would throw in a 7th prize. Well, everybody, she did it.
Good.
Congratulations,
Great.
Brittany.
Congrats.
I will put my money where my mouth is. There will be a 7th prize. Okay. When it comes, we are 26 subs away from the 800 giveaway. And as I said, hopefully that'll be soon because I want the space back. Seriously though, thank you to everybody for making this a great year. I mean, Chonko was on when Robbie Josephs gave me that amazing financial gift for the first time. And then the gifts that you sent, Robbie in particular, I will treasure them forever. Robbie, you more than anybody, I will say you've been a big, solid fan, and I'm very grateful for you.
Robbie's a gem, man. He's one of the best.
I'm grateful for Steven and Alan for all the help they've done. I'm grateful for Chonko and Biggie Shack, Biggnasty, Nate, Hagen, Eric at SideQuest, Dope, all the people who have been very nice talking to me over the year and have been very good. You've got Brian LCS. He did a great job with the awards this year, and I'm very grateful to have won 2 of them. This next year coming, I'm going to concentrate less on trying to win those and more on just expanding the quality of everything across, and so that everybody has a good time when they come here. And as Chonko said earlier, he said that everybody has a place in comics, and I truly believe that. I don't care if you collect Richie Rich without covers or Brazilian comics, as Mike does, or Frankenstein comics, as Rich does. You all have a place here. Thank you very much for joining me the last year and a half. The community is a gift. I will say that. That is true there, Carr. All right.
Matt, can I say something?
Of course you can.
You've probably heard me say it, but my very first supporter when I had almost nobody watching was Matt. Matt, before anyone, he called out my channel and he pointed it out to Biggie, who in turn was like next big supporter. Like, I'll never forget it. So everybody, I would always encourage you, pay attention to who speaks kindly of you in rooms you aren't in. So when you're not around and somebody says nice things about you, pay attention to those people, because those are the real ones, the real ones. Everybody thinks they're a real one, but the real ones are the ones who when you're not there, what do they say about you? And I'll tell you right now, the people, in our kind of circle are the real ones. And Matt is like, I know that to be true because I was watching a stream while I was down in Mexico of Biggie Shack's show, and Matt was pumping the tires on my channel when I had maybe 30 subscribers. Nobody was watching what I was doing. Matt is the very first person. I owe him a debt, and anytime Matt needs me to come on or anybody asks anything about Matt, is a gem. He's one of the best ones.
Well, thank you, Mike. I appreciate the words. Well, we're going to close up here so that everybody can get over to Nate's channel. We all know that he's hilarious and he always has great guests and stuff like that. So, yeah, I know. I feel like I'm the guy's like, and coming up next on the Matt and Nate Network, it's Nate. Thank you, everybody, for coming tonight. My name's Matt. I like comics, and I hope you do too. Bye, everybody.
See you next year.